Alright guys, in today's video of FlexiSTARTER, we're going to be looking at the production manager, the setup area, and which items we have that can be found under the right click menu. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Otherwise, back in the program here. Now, this is a continuation on the setup area. And yeah, so if you guys go to the previous video in the description, you can, if you want to catch up if you have not already. So then, first of all, you want to open your production manager, which mine is already open. And I have covered before how to do that. Quickest way is probably just going here under your print, next to your print, the current plot icon. So now with the production manager open, under the setup area here, we've got a few different options we can look at when we right click. So first of all, we can right click the white space to set up a new device. So if you want to add a new printer, which you already covered, then we can right click the actual current device. So you can right click and then we've got two options. Obviously delete, you can imagine what that does. And then we've got change port. So over here you can kind of reset. So if you want to make changes to your port and some additional settings, then you can do it here. So make sure you click apply if you've made changes. Then under the actual device, we've got the model. So at the moment I just have the AM generic, what's that? DMPL model. So now with this one, we can right click and then you can see we've got add job, our first setting. So if you had to click this, let's say you've got a pre-set up job or client send you a job, then you can just add it from here. Then next up under the list here, you see we've got a few graded ones. And it's obviously if you have a few other features enabled, and then we've got the setup properties. Now, mostly over here, you'll just be able to change the name. So if you want a name that's more readable, or if you're using different colors for different purposes, then you can always just change these. But what I would recommend is change the name in front of it, and then leave this at the back. So you can always quickly reference which model is it. Then at the bottom here, we've got a few different options. We've got reset. So if you want to reset the name, obviously apply, OK, cancel, and then we've got the job defaults. If you had to click this, it will be the same as right clicking it and going on our next setting, the default job properties. So then over here, you can once again set up some default settings. So if you want to set words, copies, and so forth. Then next up on our list, we've got obviously also delete. So you can remove it. We've got duplicate setup. Now this one is rather nice. Let's say you want to make changes to your current printer, like let's say you're not experimenting but you're kind of setting up and troubleshooting to get your cuts right. And what I would recommend, go make a duplicate, then you can always work on this one first or use as a backup. So you go, let's say test, then let's make that underscore. You can set the stuff if you have to. At the moment it looks like you can't. And you say finish. Now we've got the default settings, so now you can go on this one, set it up the way you like it, test print, and then with knowing that your original is still fine. And then finally, if you get the settings you like, you can always just change it then on your original, or keep the original as a backup. So in case in future you need to ever reference what the original was. Then after that, we've got we've got make active. So this is the same as going on this menu and clicking these little arrows. That will make the current cutter active that is clicked. And also just a reminder that you can expand what's within a brand or with this little button there. So sometimes what happens is this might be clicked like this and you get confused because you can't find your cutter, where it's actually just under a sub menu. And then let's see what else we have here on the right click menu. So then we've got output size compensation. So you can set here, once again, that's why I would say make a copy of your thing if you're going to be setting these settings. And then you can refine here, do test cuts, and that's all you find something you like. And then last, we've got test cuts. So if you want to It's like a test print, but it's just for cutting. Otherwise, yeah, that is it on the right click menu for the setup area. If we had to head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares to do cover, and also you can isolate your search on the top right. If you do not, however, find what you're looking for, just go here, request a training video, and then we will make that video for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.